We're all pretty used to things like fingerprints and facial recognition. But what if the next big key to your digital world wasn't in your hand, but in your step? What if the way you walk, that unique rhythm you have, could become your ultimate password? It's a pretty wild question, isn't it? And according to the research we're diving into today, the answer seems to be a big yes. The way you move, that subtle cadence in your stride, it all adds up to create a signature that is distinctly and identifiably all yours. The official name for this is gait recognition. It's a type of biometric tech that's all about analyzing the patterns in how we walk. And the best part? The tool to do it all is already in your pocket. We're talking about the super powerful sensors inside your own smartphone. Okay, so if this is possible, why isn't it on every phone already? What's the holdup? Well, that brings us to what these researchers call the laboratory bubble problem. For years, the science was kind of stuck in a perfect but totally unrealistic little world. This quote from the study really hits the nail on the head. All the early research looked great on paper, but it was all done in a lab. It just didn't come close to reflecting how real people actually live and use their phones out in the wild. And this chart just shows you how big that gap was. The old lab studies, they used special sensors strapped to people's bodies in a perfect spot. They had folks walking on treadmills in really small controlled groups. Now think about the real world. We use our own phones, we walk on sidewalks and up hills, and we hold our phones however we want, in a pocket, a purse, or in our hand. The point is, the old data just wasn't messy enough to be useful. So to fix this, the researchers decided it was time to pop that bubble. They set out to create a huge new data set built entirely on how people walk in the real world, with zero constraints. And just how big are we talking here? Well, this new study brought in 390 different participants. To put that in perspective, some of those older studies had as few as 6 people. So yeah, this is a massive leap forward. And they didn't just have them walk around the block once. Each one of those 390 people did 10 separate walking trials. That gave the researchers a mind-boggling 3,900 individual recordings to analyze. When you add it all up, the total distance walked in this study was 46.8 kilometers. I mean, that is just an incredible amount of natural, real-world walking data. It captures all the little quirks and subtle variations of how people actually move around. Okay, so they've got this mountain of data, but how do you actually turn all that information into a unique signature? How do you go about decoding someone's personal rhythm from a constant stream of sensor readings? At first glance, it just looks like a bunch of chaotic, squiggly lines, right? Well, this is basically what your phone's motion sensors are recording every single second you're walking. It's this complex wave of data, but hidden inside all those squiggles is the unique signature of your gait. The whole decoding process really boils down to 4 main steps. First, your phone sensors capture all the raw signals. Second, some really clever algorithms sift through all that data to find each individual step, pinpointing the exact moment your heel hits the ground. Third, for every single step, they extract 57 different characteristics, things like speed, timing, how complex the movement is. And finally, they combine all those features to build your unique digital walking signature. So this is way more than just a cool party trick. This research unlocks some unbelievably practical applications that could change everything from our digital security to our personal health. For security, imagine your phone just knowing it's you holding it. It continuously authenticates you just based on your walk. No password needed. And then on the health side, this could lead to apps that can detect an early fall risk or spot mobility issues just from your daily walk. It's an amazing tool for monitoring health, especially for older populations, all using the device we're already carrying everywhere. So what's the big takeaway here? Well, we're looking at a future where our devices understand us on a much deeper, more physical level. And it's all happening right there, in the palm of your hand. When it really comes down to it, the true value of this work is that it closes that critical gap we talked about. By gathering so much data on how people actually walk in the real world, it makes gait recognition a practical, achievable technology. It's moving it out of the lab and into our daily lives. And that leaves us with one final big question. If your phone can identify you by the way you walk, what else are our devices going to learn from our everyday habits? The age of behavioral biometrics is really just getting started, and the possibilities, well, they're as vast as the data we create every single day.